My name is Zilda, and I am 73 years old. Listen to me carefully. If I could give back all the time you are about to waste after 50, I would. But I cannot. What I can tell you is this. Almost everything you are chasing right now will stop mattering much sooner than you think. And this is not about regret. It is about clarity. Clarity is one of the few gifts that age gives us freely, if we are willing to look honestly at where our energy is really going. If you stay with me, I will show you exactly where most people throw away the second half of their lives and what actually matters in the end. Here are 7 things that, in my opinion, are a complete waste of time after 50. And the 7th one is the hardest to accept, because it seems reasonable right up until it costs you years. I will also tell you what to focus on instead. If any of this speaks to you, let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And before we go further, if you find value in these words, follow this channel. There is more here that could change the way you see the years ahead. 1. Competing with other people. Most of us grew up in competition mode. Grades, careers, promotions, money, everything was a scoreboard. But somewhere around 50, if you are still doing this, you start to realize you are not even in the same race anymore. You are just running in circles in the same spot, trying to prove something that nobody is watching. Comparing yourself to others is a waste of time because everyone is playing a different game. You see someone your age who just got promoted, bought a bigger house, or seems to have the perfect retirement plan, and suddenly you feel behind, but you do not even want what they have. What can you focus on instead? Compete with your past self. Measure your progress by how aligned your life feels with what matters to you, not by how impressive it looks to others. And if you are more focused, more at peace, and more yourself now than you were 5 years ago, congratulations. You are winning in ways most people will never understand. 2. Tying your identity to your career. This one hits hard, and even if you have resisted it, society has been pushing it on you for decades. For years, your job title was shorthand for who you were, your value, your purpose, your status. Maybe you introduced yourself by your title for 30 years. Now you are retired, or considering a change, or you have simply grown past that mindset, and you do not know what to say when someone asks. Over time, that attachment becomes a trap. If your entire identity depends on what you do, then what happens when that chapter ends? Who are you then? Your career can be meaningful, but it is not everything. What can you focus on instead? Challenge the belief that you need a label to matter. Focus on who you are when you are not working. Reinvest in your curiosity, your creativity, and the ways you contribute to others. The things that make you feel alive, even when nobody is paying you for them. For me, the second chapter of life is not about climbing higher. It is about going deeper. If this is making you think, drop a comment below and tell me, what part of your identity are you ready to let go of? I would love to hear from you. 3. Forcing yourself to finish things that no longer serve you. We were raised to believe that quitting is failure. Finish what you start. Do not give up. Keep going. So we force ourselves to finish books we are not enjoying, TV series that lost us 3 episodes back, projects that stopped mattering halfway through, hobbies we convince ourselves we should love, but never actually did. And here is what happens. You waste hours, sometimes months or more, on things that bring nothing to your life, just so you can say you finished. After 50, you start to understand that your time is finite, truly finite. Spending it on mediocre experiences just to avoid being called a quitter is one of the worst deals you can make. What can you focus on instead? Give yourself permission to stop. Redirect that time and energy toward things that genuinely pull you in, challenge you, or bring you joy. Life is too short to suffer through things that do not matter just because you started them. Finishing something mediocre does not make you disciplined. It just makes you stubborn. Your time is the most valuable thing you have. Spend it on what is truly worth finishing. 4. Doing things because you feel you are supposed to. How much of your life do you spend doing things out of obligation? And I am not talking about the unpleasant realities we cannot control, the ones all of us have to push through sometimes. I am talking about the things we can control, but convince ourselves we cannot, because we feel we have to do them just to be polite or to be accepted. So you go to another family gathering you did not want to attend, another committee meeting you joined out of guilt, another favor for someone who never returns them. There is a difference between genuine kindness and people-pleasing. One comes from choice and healthy self-sacrifice. The other comes from resentment-fueled obligation rooted in fear. What can you focus on instead? Invest your energy in relationships and commitments where your presence is valued and mutual. Do things for others because you genuinely want to, or because you know it is right and you are at peace with it, not to earn love or approval. When you give by choice instead of obligation, you will feel less stressed and less resentful. And when you do give, you can give fully. This channel is about living better in the second half of life. Follow it if that is where you are or where you are heading. 5. The need to be right. Arguing endlessly, online or in real life, is one of the biggest energy drains that exist. And by 50, hopefully you will have learned that most people are not looking for truth. They are looking to win. And if you let yourself get pulled into that game, you will lose hours of your life trying to convince people who have already made up their minds. That is why I do not argue with people in the comments or in real life. Yes, there are things where the right answer matters, but we often waste time on things that are simply not important. What can you focus on instead? Value peace over being right. Channel that energy into genuinely learning and growing rather than defending your position in pointless debates. You can still have opinions and boundaries, but you do not have to argue your existence in every conversation. Learn to say you might be right or simply say nothing and move on. The moment you stop needing the last word, you get your sanity back. 6. Tolerating energy vampires. And you know exactly who I am talking about. People who only call when they need something. Friends who turn every conversation back to themselves. Acquaintances who leave you feeling drained every time you interact with them. These are not necessarily bad people. They are just costly. And after 50, you realize you can no longer afford it. Every hour you spend with someone who exhausts you is an hour you are not spending with people who energize you, or simply spending time alone, if that is what you need. Every conversation that leaves you depleted is energy you could have invested in something that actually matters. What can you focus on instead? Invest your time and energy in relationships that are mutual, where you feel seen, valued, and energized rather than drained. You do not owe anyone your presence just because they are used to having it. It is not cruel to create distance from people who always take more than they give. Protect your energy like the finite resource it is. Spend it on people who appreciate it and give it back. 7. Expecting people to be different from who they are. This is one of the last illusions to fade in middle age. The belief that people will eventually become who we wish they were. They will not. And holding on to that fantasy keeps you trapped in disappointment and resentment. Now, let me be clear. Having standards is not the problem. You absolutely should expect honesty, respect, effort, and reliability in your relationships. Those are not high expectations. They are the foundation of trust. But here is the difference. One thing is expecting certain behavior because it is part of a healthy relationship. Another thing is continuing to expect that behavior from someone who has consistently shown you they are not capable of it or not willing to give it. Your expectation may be reasonable, but your insistence that this person will eventually rise to meet it is where you start to lose yourself. When someone repeatedly shows you who they are, believe them. What can you focus on instead? Accept reality without bitterness. You cannot control how others behave, only how you respond. See people as they are, not as you hope they will become. And that does not mean lowering your standards. It means recognizing the moment when holding on to hope becomes self-betrayal. Once you stop waiting for someone to become a different person, you are free to make an honest decision. Can I live with who this person actually is? Do I need to adjust my expectations, or do I need to create some distance? That is where peace begins. Not in changing them, but in recovering your clarity. Please like this video if any of this connected with you, and tell me in the comments, which of these 7 things has cost you the most time in your life? I would genuinely love to know. Subscribe if you are working toward a better second chapter. I truly appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day.